Good evening. We're continuing with 3 minutes of Tehillim. We're up to Perek, Kuf, Chaf, Ches, Psalm 128. So there's a theme in this Perek, very short Perek, and that is the theme of in the enjoyment of the simple things in life. The second pasuk in the Perek, Yigia kapecha, kisocho ashrecha v'tov lach, the labor of your hands. When you eat of that, then you shall stride forward and the good will be yours. Ishtecha kegefen poria, your wife is like a flourishing vine. Biyarkise beisecha, in the innermost parts of your house. Banecha keshile zeisim, that your children are like olive shoots. Saviv l'shulchanecha, that are around your table. And Rav Hirsch explains that this perspective of this joy about just having a household, putting in a day's work, seeing the joy in the simple things in life. He writes such a beautiful poetic commentary on Tehillim. He says as follows. He says, this is the crowned with tangible success. He has reached the pinnacle of all that is good that could be attained on earth. The good that he's talking about here, that he's referring to, the tov lach in the pasuk, is his. It's his own, right? It's tov lach. It is the fruit of his labor, the achievement of his endeavor, which was blessed by God. This is a sweet bliss which is unknown to him who without any effort of his own received the material wealth of life free of want, and who never was compelled to work to provide for his wife and children. By providing for one's family is it really, if you think about it, it's really truly an amazing thing. You put in effort and you receive, obviously, Hashem's in control, but a person is meant to work. The modest happiness, continuing in Rav Hirsch, of his dear ones is the fruit of his own labors. Those whose livelihood is so well provided for them that they are freed from any necessity of working for a living must go out and buy sensational pleasures for themselves. But he who exists, his existence is the result of his own labor, finds his joys and pleasures scattered amidst the hours of ordinary day-to-day living. And that's what one explanation of the pasuk in Eov, which says, "Ki adam la'amal yulad," that man was made to work, and that's in fact is borne out in studies. The studies show. I saw this just today. I looked into this a little bit. That this is in Oxford University writes that there's a very strong not only correlation, but they've actually shown. They argue statistically it's causation between happiness and someone who is productive. If you're productive, if you're working hard, then you feel happy, and they have the different types of studies, different types of research that they've done on this. And it's something that I remember my father telling me as a child. I remember we went through a stage of watching a show. I don't know if it was popular here. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah. So I remember my father is a brilliant person. Maybe as a child, like many, idolized their father. But my father knew all the answers to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He just knew all of them, all the categories, everything. And I asked my father, I was maybe 8 years old or something, 10 years old. I said, Dad, Abba, why don't you go on the show? So he said something I still remember. He said, if I were to win, it wouldn't have been anything that I earned. And I really want to earn what my life and whatever. I would have said, come on, you can do it, whatever, we'll take the one, you can earn whatever other things, but either way. But that was a message I remember him teaching me, and it's something that I think that I think just as seeing my father, someone who, he never made it big, so to speak, but he raised us with this appreciation of when you put work into something, and you see the fruits of your labors, that's one of the greatest joys of life.